Hello and welcome back to the Azure DevOps course. In this lesson, we will start making our first release. Our first release will be deployed in Azure App Service. So this will be our first lab for deployment. We'll deploy on Azure App Service. Azure App Service is a platform as a service that Azure offers so you can host your web application without managing the servers. So we will use it in our demo. It's fully integrated with Azure DevOps, and we'll see the tasks that integrate with it. So let's start creating our Azure App Service that will host our .NET Core front-end application. First, we'll go to the portal, Azure portal, and type here App Services. Let's start creating the app service. We'll go and create web app. We'll give it a name, shopping front end. Okay, it will create a resource group. A resource group in Azure is a group that has a collection of resources that share the same lifecycle, permissions, and policies. So it will create a new one for us. This is the resource group that will be created. And here we will choose the stack. We are using .NET Core 8. We can choose a variety of Java, Node.js. There's a lot of runtime stacks that we can use. And here the operating system will keep it Windows. And the region, we will leave it in Canada Central. About the pricing plans, it's very important. Our payment will be based on the pricing plan, and our server performance will be based on the pricing plan. So there is a free shared infrastructure. It's very limited, but it's free. But we will use the standard S1 because we want to use the Azure App Service slots. We will explain it in the next lesson. So to make Azure App Service slot, we need at least standard or premium pricing plans. So we will go with standard S1. It is $80 per month. And that's all we can create now our Azure App Service. Now our Azure App Service is created. We can go to the resource. Now this is our Azure App Service created. We can now proceed with creating the release and deploying on this Azure App Service. So let's go to Azure DevOps portal and click in releases here, and let's start creating our first release pipeline. To create a release pipeline, we'll click here for new pipeline. Now it asks you for a template so it can use to deploy your application. We can use the Azure App Service deployment template. As I said, the Azure App Service is fully integrated with Azure DevOps. It has its own template. We can use it for the deployment. Click apply. And now we have to choose the stage name. We can make it like production stage, as it is a production stage. And here is the artifact. We'll choose the pipeline that it will get the artifact from. We have published artifacts from our last CI pipeline, so we will choose our CI pipeline here. Okay, and add. Then click here to view the tasks that we will use. We have to configure it also. And above here, this is the parameters that we will give to the template. From the parameters, the Azure subscription. We'll choose our subscription that is linked with Azure DevOps. Then click for authorize here to authorize it. The app type is a web app on Windows, and automatically it has found the shopping front-end app service. Okay, that's for the parameters of the deployment parameters. We'll click here to choose the agent. We'll choose Azure Pipelines agent with Windows latest. Then we'll click on deploy Azure App Service task. The Azure App Service type and name and subscription, we have given it through the template parameters here. But there is also some configurations that we haven't applied yet, like the package, the folder configuration. This is the artifact folder. To configure it, we will click here. This is the full artifact folder. We'll click on it, on drop, shopping front end. And that's our artifact folder. Okay, now we are ready for the deployment. Click save. And now we can create our first release. Create release. Click here to create our first release. So now our first release has been created. Click on it. Now the release pipeline has been triggered. To view the logs of the deployment, we can click here. Now our release has been completed. So now our front-end .NET Core application is deployed on the app service. We can test it by using the link here. We'll go to the app service. On this default domain link, we'll click on it. It should open our front-end .NET Core application. So it's deployed and everything works good. So we have made our lab, creating our first release and deploying on Azure App Service. See you in the next lecture. We will discuss using multi-stages in the release pipeline and using Azure App Service lots.